Married Channels podcast, episode 44. I'm Moose.
And I'm Jodie.
We're married. We watch TV shows and movies. As you'll see later on in this episode, we watched a movie on Netflix. We'll get to that.
Yep.
This week covering the latest episode of Mare of Easttown, the new show, HBO Max show Hacks with Gene Smart, and the aforementioned movie will be The Woman in the Window. We'll get to that. But we start with Mare of Easttown, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Jodie, it's probably your favorite show right now, right?
Right now it is the front runner, yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I eagerly look forward to it. And this week's episode, intense. Like, and it was like kind of sad too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for a couple different reasons. But, there's going to be spoilers here for Mare of Easttown. If you haven't seen the latest episode, which is titled Illusions, episode 5. Let me just play the clip of her and Zabel.
Wait, before we get to that, let's lead into that a little bit.
Okay.
So, let's see.
Yeah, I'm missing the first half of the episode, probably.
Probably because the latter part is so intense.
Yeah.
It's like I forgot to breathe when I was watching some of that. Yeah. So in the beginning, this, the old lady dies of a heart attack and crashes the car. That was kind of random.
Yeah, the old lady neighbor who's always calling about the peeper and all that.
And Mare's still working the case as much as she can. Yep, as much as she can, even though she's not supposed to. She's kind of, I don't want to say using Zabel. Is it Zabel? Zabel.
Yeah, Zabel.
I don't want to say using him, but kind of using him to get to the details of the case, the lab results, the, forensics on the bullet, things like that.
She only went on a date with him to talk shop.
Yeah.
And he wanted to talk about other stuff.
Yeah, he's like taking the date seriously.
Yeah.
She's just kind of using him. And
and we had
she's not really subtle about that either. Like she
flat out, gets her coat, stands up and walks away from the table.
Yeah.
When they're out on a date.
Yes.
But we see that bully girl, she's like having a moment with Dylan on the porch.
Yeah.
Turns out he's an asshole.
I know, right?
More so than we thought.
Looks like maybe she might have learned her lesson here, and seems like maybe she's going to go get on a good path, go to college, stuff like that. So. Yeah,
I think Dylan's kind of dragging her down, which is ironic. It seems like when we first meet her in the first episode.
Yeah.
It seems like she might be the one dragging him down.
Right.
But, he tells her to essentially scram.
Yeah.
And then he and his buddy go to, I don't know the girl's name, but she was a friend of Aaron's, where they burn a bunch of her journals and diaries.
Yeah, her name is Jess.
Jess, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that leads us to, the priest. The priest has a breakdown.
Yeah.
Where he gets kind of, I don't know if mug's the right word, but accosted.
A beat down. Yeah.
Yeah, some
kids?
They're not kids, really. Yeah, they look like they're 22, 25.
Yeah.
They chase him out to the car after he picks up a food order at a local diner, and they throw shit at him, and he goes back to the church and kind of breaks down to the other priest about how he explained that he didn't kill Aaron. He drove her around that night.
Yeah.
And he wanted her to go home.
Yeah.
And she said, no, take me to whatever woods.
Yes.
Because I'm going to meet so-and-so.
Yes.
So what are you doing here?
Telling you to stop picking at your fingernails.
Oh, okay.
No one wants to hear that.
Well, so he essentially puts it out there that he's not the one.
Yeah.
He's not the one who killed Aaron.
But it looks bad for him because of a previous incident somewhere else at a different parish, and because he was the last one maybe to see her alive.
Yeah. And then we move on to the investigation with Mare and Zabel. Zabel?
Zabel. Yeah, I said Zabel. That's Jim Zabel.
Yeah, that's a local guy here.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
Zabel.
So they end up, they get word, they interview a girl who escaped the guy who had been kidnapping girls we don't know what happened to the girls. They went missing. One, the what's the cancer lady's daughter? Siegel?
No.
Katie
Bailey.
Bailey, thank you. She turns out she's been, stored in this dark hole in the wall for a year.
Yeah, it's kind of a soundproof cage.
Yeah.
By this bar.
Been theoretically, she explains how, because he brings this new victim in, and she explains how this one girl got pregnant, had a kid, and she woke up and she was gone.
Yeah.
Or something. But anyway, some loony bird is, abducting young women who are, turning tricks.
Yes.
Making his little harem against their will. So they get a lead on they interview this one girl who got away. She gives them information, and they show.
In a partial plate.
Yeah. Zabel and Mare were chatting at the river by the bridge. And I was pulling this audio that I'm about to play now. It's almost getting kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay.
I think I really just wanted to do something great for once in my life.
Doing something great is overrated. Because then people expect that from you all the time. What they don't realize is you're just as screwed up as they are.
I mean, that's the first time they've kind of really connected.
Yeah, they totally bonded there. And part of me, obviously hindsight is 2020. And there are definitely spoilers here for this episode. But, I wonder if he knew he was going to die.
When that happened, and then at the end of that, he lunged in and kissed her.
Yeah, he just went for it, despite, he knows she's bad for him. He knows she's using him. He just did not care. He was like, whatever. I'm going to kiss this girl.
Yeah, and he...
lady.
When they had that moment, and she kind of had that look on her face when he turned around and walked away after that. She had a look on her face kind of like, sly dog. Like, she was kind of warming up to him a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, maybe this is a possibility, even though he's 10 years younger and lives with his mom.
Like, I'm kind of impressed by his cojones there. Yeah. Funny.
But then we flash to the intense scene at the end of the episode where by the way, when he kissed her and that whole scene, I knew right there, okay, he's a dead man.
Yeah.
He's a dead man. Because we're getting to know him a little bit more. They're making a connection. There's no way he makes it through this episode.
He just went for it, took a chance. Now he's going to die.
So they get a call about they get some addresses on the partial plate and the blue utility van description, and they go knock on doors. And they end up at this one guy's door who, and the girl who got away from the attacker / kidnapper said he smoked Winston's and described the van, obviously. So they come into this guy's house. He's got Judas Priest blaring.
Yeah, can we talk about that a little bit? I did not like that part of it. That felt like super cliche and too obvious. It's like a guy, the van, chain smoker, some Judas Priest playing in the background. He's bad news. It's just so stereotypical and just kind of like, really?
I didn't get that vibe from it.
Yeah.
That didn't really bother me. I didn't roll my eyes. I think it would have been more interesting if he'd been blaring like Tchaikovsky or Wagner. I mean, that would kind of
a little more like Silence of the Lambs, kind of like.
Yeah, not even like that. But it would kind of tell you without saying it directly that this is a different guy. There's something different about this guy.
Sure.
But I guess it kind of works that he's blaring Judas Priest, or I think it'd be better if it was Poison. But that would fit. That would fit the because I think that's on purpose in a way that it's like he's a blue collar guy in Pennsylvania. The stereotype. Okay, he's listening to Judas Priest. He likes the classic rock station in town.
I don't know.
He likes his 7-song supersets.
To me, it was like every kidnapper embodied. In every movie. Yeah. They're always kind of portrayed like that, I guess.
So they go ask him because that music is blaring for like the first 5 minutes of their encounter. And like, as soon as they point out the Winstons, I'm getting kind of tense.
Uh-huh.
Like, this was a very well done scene.
Yes.
It was very tense, and it was because you knew that's the guy.
Yeah. And they knew it.
And the only person who was armed on the good guy's side was Zabel.
Yeah.
Mare did not have her weapon because she had to turn it in because the chief.
And I liked how, like, you know, when they're in that intense situation, they are communicating with each other. They are acting as a team in this situation. You know, they have each other's back because she was not armed. So.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, he goes to turn down the radio, the music. We see him grab a gun, tuck that into his back pocket, comes back, and the pipes are rattling. Because at this point, the girls who are in the building,
yes,
they realize there's somebody here.
Someone's downstairs.
That he's not expecting. This is our chance. So they start rattling the pipes.
Yeah, isn't that great? What smart girls.
Yeah.
Like, that's good thinking.
And
so if you ever kidnapped people, start rattling on some pipes.
Here's like the big moment of that whole scene where they confront the guy and shit goes south.
What's the camera for?
My uncle installed them. Just keep an eye on the cash register and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You live alone? Mr. Watson?
Yeah, just me. All by my lonesome.
Pipes are really rattling. Oh, right there. And the first shot, Zabel's dead.
Yep.
Like, they didn't waste any time with him ducking and covering. And
no, he didn't have a chance, did he?
No.
Sad face.
But you can hear it in Kate Winslet's voice at this part here.
Yeah.
Like, she's like almost kind of scared. Like, her voice is kind of quivering.
Yeah, kind of shaky.
You live alone? Mr. Watson?
Yeah, just me.
She's like, you live alone, Mr. Potts? You know? She knows it's him.
Yep.
Right there, they should have. Why not pull the gun out? Like, get your hands up.
I don't know.
Hands up.
I don't know. I mean,
like, what is it? You're not going to be fired.
Why are you still questioning this person?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So Zabel gets toasted. I mean, too bad. She ends up getting. I didn't realize at the time. I saw she hurt her hand when she was running, but he shot her in the hand or something.
Yeah, I don't know that it was her hand. I want to say it was her wrist because it was bleeding pretty bad and she was starting to fade. If you just kind of got it in the hand, I don't know if that would be the case. But maybe not. I mean, I've never been shot in the hand, so I don't know. But
I wonder what the backstory is going to be on this guy because that type of shot.
Yeah.
You know, he shot Zabel probably
across the living room.
Across the room, probably 15 feet away.
Yeah.
And my guess is the adrenaline, the blood's pumping. That's to shoot somebody in the head.
I don't know.
Like that is.
I don't know if it necessarily needs a backstory. Maybe the guy just goes to the range and practices a lot in case he ever gets caught in his kidnapping stuff.
I know, but in the heat of the moment, like when the shit's going down.
He's a psychopath. He doesn't have the same, I'm scared of them. He probably thinks he can beat them.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna get out of this. That's what he thinks.
Mare of Easttown, episode 5, Illusions. Intense.
It was.
Very well done.
Well, wait, and I also, I asked you, wait, is this the end of the show? It's not. No. It's not.
No, there's 2 more episodes.
Yay.
Yeah, because we solved who the person was kidnapping the young girls pulling tricks.
Yeah.
That's kind of closed. Well, that's closed. But now we still got to figure out who killed Aaron. And who do you think, Dylan? It's kind of seeming like Dylan now.
I don't know. I think Dylan did it for someone to protect someone. I don't know who. Oh,
the one, he's not an uncle, but he's like a friend of theirs. Remember they're watching the game, sipping beers in the living room, and they talk to the
oh yes,
the brother of the guy and says, well, you put up Aaron for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And soon after that conversation, he excused himself.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, I got to go.
Yeah.
And Mare thought that was funny. She even noticed like his beer was fresh. He just got his beer.
Well, I wondered if she was going to snag that for DNA testing for Aaron's baby paternity.
Oh, yeah.
And
sure.
Yeah, it's Lori's brother-in-law, Billy, and Aaron lived with him briefly.
Yeah.
Which, that's kind of a weird thing. Okay.
But Mare of Easttown continues
so
to be a good show. This episode, phenomenal.
Yep.
It was just a good episode, and then the ending was just intense.
Yes.
So anything else on that?
Oh, nope. That's all I had on that one.
Okay, good. We'll get to hacks in a second, but I got a pizza problem. I think I do.
Yeah.
I mean, you love pizza. I love pizza. I think I love it. Like, it's my favorite.
I think I love pizza, like, a lot, but you are, like, times 100 on that.
I love me some pizza, and the advent of the internet and phones and apps and all that, it's making it worse because it's so easy to just buy pizza.
Yeah. And your pizza problem is getting kind of pricey.
Well, but thank God there's Honey out there, because 30,000 online stores that the Honey plugin works on, there's quite a few pizza places, so my pizza problem, yeah, mitigated a little bit by the savings that Honey brings us.
I still don't think it brings it down to my level of pizza love, but okay.
In my defense, it was the weekend. You know, no one wants to make dinners, so we decided we're going to get some pie and some breadsticks, all that crap. And so the total came out to about $50. Luckily, the Honey plugin, it pops right up with some automatic coupon options, and we got our order for like $35.
Yeah. Family of 4, $35. Yeah.
Saving money.
Yay.
And it's that easy for all the other 30,000 sites Honey supports. Do your online shopping, add stuff to your cart. And if it hasn't already, you just click the Honey button in your browser for the coupons that Honey has automatically found for your purchase.
So you can use it for your pizza problem too.
Yeah, if you got a pizza problem, Honey will take care of you. 17 million members around the world, $2 billion in savings. Of that, probably 1.5 is for pizza. If you don't have Honey, you could be missing out on free savings. Just go to joinhoney.com/married to get your free Honey plugin and start saving now.
That's joinhoney.com/married.
They should have a character on Sesame Street called the Pizza Monster. It looked like me.
Yeah.
We move on to hacks. This is an HBO Max original with Jean Smart, the great Jean Smart, who's just had a renaissance over the last 15 years. Remember her on Fargo? She played the mother of some Midwestern crime family.
Huh.
I think that was the one that had the guy from, what was the Miami show? Burn Notice.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that she was in that.
But she's she's a older comedian, been around for a long time, doing great on Vegas. She's got, this huge house. There is no, lacking on her part as far as life. But, she kind of smells that maybe her time's fading out. And even, the hotel owner's trying to cut some of her dates because, there's Cirque du Soleil coming in, or the Pentatonics or whatever. But,
yes.
So they bring in this young writer who's squandered her rising fame with somebody dug up some old Twitter posts that she, I forget, screwed up somebody's pronoun or something like that.
She kind of tweeted out some tongue-in-cheek things about, wasn't it a senator who?
Oh, right.
Was,
son was gay, and
yeah, and he was kind of preaching conversion therapy or something, and
yeah, something like that.
And he got caught scandalously.
He done got caught.
Yes. So she, as a writer, big no, got in trouble. Cancel culture.
Yeah. So she gets kind of hooked up with their mutual manager, to write some jokes for Jean Smart's aging comedy character.
But the fun part is Jean Smart her character does not want her there. Deborah Vance does not want a writer.
Right.
And not a young, kid to her.
Yeah. I mean, you'd been doing this for, we'll say 40, 50 years. And here comes this 22-year-old with Doc Martens on into your 40,000 square foot home. Yep. Come on. But she, to her credit, decides to take her in and give it a shot. And maybe she's got some, ulterior motive there, but I don't know. As far as hacks, it's a fine show,
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's, what's interesting is I like shows that are set in the snow and set in the desert.
Oh, interesting.
Like for those two, that adds about 30% more interest for me.
Wow.
And I don't know why.
Huh.
Like, remember the show The Bridge?
Yes. Desert.
Love that show, but it was set in the Southwest, Texas, border town, whatever, and it was all dusty, dirty. And you could feel the 110 degrees.
Is that why you're kind of drawn to Westerns and stuff too?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a lot more to it than that. But
yeah.
Like I said, probably 30% of it is just
wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I never noticed that about you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I never noticed about the desert stuff. The snow stuff I knew I liked that.
Yeah.
But the desert stuff, it was after we watched this show, I was like, yeah, I think I like desert set stuff too.
Huh. Interesting.
Dry heat stuff, whatever. But yeah, Hacks is an interesting show. Would you call it a dramedy?
Yeah, probably. Because there's good, snappy humor there. There's some drama, some heartfelt stuff, some, difficult life things that everybody's dealing with. And so, yeah, I think it would be a dramedy.
Yeah. You got Gene Smart, and after that, it's kind of an unknown cast, except for Christopher McDonald, who plays the hotel owner. You might remember him from Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
He's one of those guys that's been in 100,000 things, and you're
Absolutely.
like, oh, that guy.
Yes.
But most notably is Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
But,
Shooter McGavin.
Yeah, I'm in on Hacks.
Yeah, I like it. I want to stick with that one.
And I like shows that involve showbiz and comedy, like 30 Rock. I don't know if you remember Live from Studio 6H or whatever with Matthew Perry. I like that show.
Yep. Yeah, I like kind of the behind the scenes stuff too. And I love that scene in this show where, she kind of does her set and it kind of follows her, through backstage and her nighttime routine until she gets home. And so it's just kind of cool like to see that part of it,
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't think about once performers get off the stage or, you don't see them on the screen anymore. They're scratching their balls and, they're hawking loogies and, they're putting on a pair of Under Armour, casual shorts and flip-flops, It's cool to see that sort of side of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, go check out Hacks. It's on HBO Max. You got anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Let's move on to what the kids are watching.
Yeah.
Children.
Kiddos.
And
Kid appropriate.
Yeah, our 9-year-old is watching.
Where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego?
Steal their soul in South Korea.
Right.
Yeah.
Not that one, the newer one.
Not that one. But I remember that one fondly. Oh, I had such good memories of playing the computer game Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? One of my favorites.
Yeah.
And watching that game show. That was a game show back in the early 90s. Yeah.
91, I think, is what this clip was that I got.
Yep.
Never watched it, never played the game.
Yeah.
I saw it all the time, commercials and maybe a teaser for the show.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. Something about that show doesn't interest me at all. But now I think if there's a board game, I might try that.
Oh, yeah. There might be like a computer game.
Yeah.
Or an app, probably.
Probably.
Did you watch any of these episodes that she's watching now?
I've watched a couple scenes, moments.
Okay.
And I think it's all right. I kind of like it. You know, it has some action. It's not like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like where they stop and the narrator's like, where's Carmen now?
Yeah.
It's just like a narrative show involving this girl named Carmen Sandiego, who I from what I've surmised, she was raised by, the bad guys who are called Vile, capital Vile, all caps.
Yeah.
And she is trying to find, I don't know, her father, family, and all that stuff. But 17?
19, I believe. 2019.
I'm not finding it on IMDb, but
I just had it pulled up here. Actually.
But it's well done. I mean, the acting's good, the animation's good. I haven't watched enough to say, you shouldn't let your kids watch it, or you should. But it's rated TV Y7, which theoretically, if your kid's over 7, it should be fine. I don't know if I've seen anything that's educational about it,
Well, there's some geography and there's some history. Remember, she learned what Remember the 5th of November
was.
yeah,
that's right, yeah.
And something else
Fox
historic. Thing. Yeah, there was something else historical that she just recently learned and told me about that was on there. So there's a little bit of history. There's a little bit of a lot of geography because she travels all over.
Yeah.
And
you know, Evie's been kind of getting into history stuff recently.
Oh, big time.
And I don't think it's because of the show, right?
No.
Because she was studying American Revolution before she started watching this show.
yeah,
Right?
yep, at school, yep. She's getting into history. She likes those I Survived books,
Yeah.
and they tell, true stories of survival in various historical disasters or wars or whatnot. And yeah, she was talking to us about World War II a little bit. There was one of those. There's also, it's a book series. But
Okay.
anyway, back to Carmen, though. I think she likes it because of the geography and the history. And, it doesn't hurt that it's an animated, thing with characters.
Well, and also it doesn't hurt that it's a young girl who's, taking upon herself, figuring it out, being resourceful.
Yeah.
Not afraid to throw hands when needed.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a bad thing for a little girl to watch. So where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? By no means is it a girl's show. So I think if you got a little boy or a little girl, they're going to enjoy
Absolutely.
this cartoon. I think it's on Netflix exclusively.
I believe you're correct.
Yeah, but go check it out. Definitely good for the kids. Anything else?
Nope.
We gotta get our kid to bed.
Yeah, we do.
Married with Channels podcast. We put it out every week, looking at some TV shows and movies. Oh,
yes.
We didn't touch on Woman in the Window. We should hit that real quick.
Our movie. Oh, yes.
Just real quick.
Yes.
Disappointing.
What?
Yeah, it was just okay.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was a waste of a lot of talent. Like you had Amy Adams, you had Gary Oldman, you had what's the redhead? She had a blonde hairdo in this one. Julianne Moore. Just kind of wasted talent. And they were definitely paying homage to Rear Window, a far superior Hitchcock movie. It was fine. It was just like I knew right away who the bad guy
was. Yeah.
And I don't want to give anything away because maybe you won't. Maybe you want to watch this because it is still fairly new.
Sure.
But you liked it.
I liked it. I could also tell who the bad guy was. But it does kind of shed a light on mental illness and trauma and things that happen to people.
Yeah.
And how that profoundly affects them, and people's struggles with trying to move through that, regulate that, whatever phase you want to point to. But it kind of gives you an inside look at that a little bit.
Yeah, no, they definitely touch on that.
Yeah.
But there was one twist that I didn't see coming, so I'll give them props on that.
Yeah.
And I won't say what it is, but it has to do with her family. So yeah, The Woman in the Window, that's another Netflix exclusive. Yeah, it's just okay. It's fine. I think there's worse things you could do with an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I thought I love the look of it. I love the setting, which is mostly her home, home. And man, that's
what the hell kind of house is that?
I mean, it's a big, gorgeous one in the middle of Manhattan.
God, that's not cheap.
Yeah, and, it's like one of those homes that has old character and, the wooden staircase handrail and
15-foot ceilings.
Yes, unreal.
Probably
the
has
space.
a walk-in fireplace.
And, the main character is agoraphobic, but gosh, it probably has wonderful lighting in there too. Wonderful natural light. It has, there's a skylight, there's tons of windows, obviously, but she keeps it pretty dimly lit, but it has so much potential. This real estate has so much potential.
Jodie's going to architecturaldigest.com right
That's
now.
right.
Yeah, right. So anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
That'll do. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Married W Chans, at Married W Chans, and subscribe and give us a good review, like our friend Kathy did. And I should point out some other names too, but I can't think of them. I'll go find them. And Cody.
Excellent. No, I was going to say share. Tell your friends.
Yep, and thanks to Honey. Make sure you go to joinhoney.com/married and get the Honey app for your plugin. That helps us out. And until next time, we will see you on your podcast provider. My name is Moose.
And I'm Jodie.
Bye.
Bye.